this video, I want to talk about words because now in the times of change, words are so important. What we say to ourselves, about people next to us, our community, our world, and you know that certain words have the power to heal, such as the word love is a powerful energy imprinted into the core of the word love. But also there are words that can really make you just, shake into your core. There are words like hate, and there are words like racism, there are words like injustice, there are words like violence. When we are facing a different world every single day, you are awakening to a different world. Things are not the same, and nobody knows what's coming. Nobody knows how the world is going to just turn out to be in 5 years. But what we do know, and I hope that this message really resonates with you, that we are the creators of the experience called life. We don't have the control over everything, and we're not here to control everything. We're here to control ourselves, to manage ourselves, to control our world, to know who we are, to learn, to explore who we are. And the words that we are choosing, they can either benefit us and others, or they can create massive destructive energy. And the key principles of choosing the words is really just the conscious awareness. It's just you being consciously aware about the energy of the words that you are using. Just simple mindfulness. I had a friend who lives in Gay Village in Toronto. I haven't seen him for a while because of the social distancing. But every time I go and see him and I visit him and I walk down the Gay Village here in Toronto, I love the place, I love the people, I love the energy. But what I do notice on the windows of businesses and sometimes just street signs that say, no hate in this neighborhood, no hate allowed, no hate is welcomed. And I always say to my friends, do you understand that the whole focus of these messages, even though they're well intended, but the message is not to promote love. The message is to exaggerate the word hate. Now, everybody passing, now looking at these signs, reading these messages, are they going to be focusing on loving energy, on the presence of friendships and nourishing connections? They have no choice but to really have the word hate put in front of them. And hate has its own meaning, hate has its own energy. So I always ask my friends, what would be the opposite of that? What would be that one sign that you want to put on every building here, on every business, on every window, so everybody passes, everybody who takes a stroll down the Gay Village can experience something magical and something beautiful? What would be that sign? I'm asking you this question. What would be that sign? Now you're consciously choosing the powerful words. And the sign could be only love here. Only love. We only here to share love. Imagine every window when you take the walk down this beautiful colored street with all the rainbow signs and pictures, and the energy and brightness is so vivid. But then everywhere else you'll see these words, only love in this neighborhood. No hate neighborhood. No hate allowed. No hate welcome. No hate versus only love. Only love. We welcome love here. Welcome. You are welcome. And love is that welcoming force. Love is that welcoming power. Welcome. Welcome. Love. Love, love. Do you feel it? Do you feel the difference? It's not just mental difference. It's energetic difference. Now in your body you experience higher emotional states. And from that higher emotional state, you create a beautiful world. from lower vibrational state. You create the world that induces fear, that induces injustices, that induces all kinds of things. Now we are in the world where we are facing mass disruptions, and we're also facing people just awakening to the truth. We see people who have been silent for a long time, people who just now been so emotional and intense that we see riots, we see all kinds of situations in major cities, people going out and then people demand certain things. People, you see the word racism everywhere. Racism, 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 this and that. Please understand that I want you guys to know how this world functions. Whoever you are, whatever your injustice is, whatever you are fighting for, whatever you are blessing, whatever you find, trying to find your peace with, understand the words, because words have creative potential. Words create power. Words can heal. Words can heal. Imagine screaming on every corner, racism is an issue. Racism, racism, and racism. Now what you are experiencing, you're drilling the word racism into people's consciousness. And what we are creating, more of the same. If you want to really change situations, if you want this to stop, if you want people to love each other, so we create neighborhoods, safe neighborhoods for ourselves, for our children, where we can coexist together, where we can share human existence, human experiences, human lives together. What would be the word that you want to be planted into people's consciousness? Just think about it. What you want is the word love, because then love as the energy. If I'm connecting to the word love, for me, it doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter what situation is in the past. Whatever has happened, it's already in the past. We're talking about the past. Now we are moving towards the future. And that's the only question you ask. What future do you desire for yourself and for your children, for your neighborhoods? We want to share neighborhoods. God does not see color. God does not see race. Now it's all our human divisions and hundreds of years of nonsense that's been going on when people are consciously asleep. So we begin to choose words. We begin to choose words that energetically help us to build the future that we desire. And these words will change the world. These words will change all situations. These words, imagine sending love. Remember Mother Teresa, when somebody asked her to go and participate in a protest, she said, I ain't going. I'm not going to go and protest for anything. When you have a rally for peace, call me, I'll be there. That's what we want. And the people who are consciously moving towards better future, they understand the value and the energy of what you are choosing to focus on. In the world, we want to create the world of equality. We want to create the world of peace for every single human being, regardless of where they are, where they live, what color their skin is, what language they speak, what background they present. We are all going to die. Nobody is exempted from death. We are all here for 100 years. That's it. And it concerns the white people, the black people, the brown people, and all people whom we divide. We make these divisions ourselves based on what we observe, based on what our parents tell us, based on what the society tells us, based on history, based on everything else. But what happens when we awaken consciously? We begin to speak different language. We're not speaking the language of pain. We're not speaking the language of the past. We're not dividing people based on their belongings or skin color. We just see one. We see oneness as God intended it to be. We are all human beings. We're all here for 100 years. If All stars align, and this is a really great life. And your life is your creation. And how do you create it? With your words, my friend. Maybe this video will be a little bit of, something for you to think about. That's it. And just minor changes, choosing the words that are beautiful and speaking about things that you want to create. You want to see the world as a loving, beautiful place. Focus on love. That's it. I'm saying I am voting for a loving world. I am voting for the world where people are loving. That's it. Love. Love, the energy of love. Loving. And remember, love is not just me and kissing you and then hugging you and then wishing you well. Love is what it is. It's openness to life. Openness to life itself. When we close ourselves to the experience of life, we divide, we limit our perceptions, we put filters into our environment, into our psyche, and we can only accept a small portion of this and a little portion of that, because we have created all these selective ways and channels for the information to come in. So when we just remove the veil and when we just accept life as is, I accept life. And in life, there is place for everybody. There is place for everyone without exception. You didn't create life. You didn't create the earth. You didn't create world. You showed up here. You came here to observe the reality from your standpoint, from your 2 eyes and 2 ears, and from your state. You're here to experience life on that level. Everything else is beyond your control. So when you open up to the experience of life, when you see love as the fundamental energy, the God, whenever you choose to focus on love, guess what you are going to create? A world that has love in it. Versus the world that has racism, injustice, and violence in it. Whatever words you are choosing will create the world of the future. And that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you. Because I know in your heart, you already know this. And choose the words that empower you. That's how it is. That's how this universe is created. God created everything. In the beginning, that was a word. That was a word. In the beginning. So your word right now, the words that you choose to focus on, that you choose to associate with, these words will determine the future of you, the future of your community, the future of your world, and the future of the entire universe, because we're all so connected. All right, you guys. That's what I wanted to share with you this morning. Lots of love. Be well and blessed, and I love you. Have the most amazing day on our beautiful planet. I'll chat with you in the next video.